Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. I am Joel Bousman. I'm elected Commissioner of Sublette County, Wyoming, and I'm here today to testify against the passage of House Resolution 980. I represent Sublette County and our neighboring county, Lincoln County, in western Wyoming. I request that my written testimony and all attachments be submitted for the official record.
Without objection.
Here are the important facts. Sublette County is about the size of the state of Connecticut. Our rural corner of the world is not suffering from economic instability and is not suffering from high unemployment. I have lived in Sublette County all my life. As a fourth-generation cattle rancher, I have been active in natural resource management for over 40 years. Mr. Chairman, I believe I know what I'm talking about. Even though 80% of my county is under government jurisdiction, we have created a sustainable and diverse economy. We have developed two of the largest natural gas fields in the nation, and yet at the same time in our region, both the grizzly bears and the gray wolves have reached their biological recovery goals. This proposed legislation would seriously change the very custom and culture of our region. Existing land management emphasizes multiple use. It provides for a healthy local economy and tax base. We already have an effective land management scheme, but this bill would take away many of our management options, thus eliminating multiple use. Sublette County and Lincoln County share major portions of the Bridger-Teton National Forest, one of the largest, by the way. Presently, about 40% of this forest is already wilderness. This proposal would increase the amount of wilderness in these two counties by nearly 400%, from about 430,000 acres to over 1.6 million. The area being proposed for wilderness is presently making significant contributions to the economies of the two counties and is the mainstay of our economic diversity. This bill will take that economic diversity away. Why do I say that? What do these proposed wilderness lands look like today? They are neither undeveloped nor roadless, but they do possess valuable resources, such as access for public safety, including fire management and search and rescue missions. They are a source of livelihood and access for livestock ranchers, hunting outfitters, with over 300 outfitter and guide permits issued in this area alone. They provide access for timber products and for predator management. We have 3 commercial ski areas, 8 lakeside resorts, and many private homes in our two counties. And this land provides access to staging points for people that want to go on pack trips, climbing, river floating, fishing. It provides access to over 50 public campgrounds today. We have over 800 miles of winter trails in this area in one of the most popular snowmobile areas in the United States. And it provides access to over 2,600 miles of summer trails and over 2,100 miles of roads. These roads give access to both resource management and public travel for recreation and many, many uses. Because of these human activities, this land, in our opinion, does not meet wilderness criteria and thus is not eligible for consideration as wilderness. The National Environmental Policy Act establishes a process to accommodate proposals for additional wilderness, and this process calls for public review and evaluation to see if it meets the criteria established by the Forest Service Wilderness Handbook. Clearly, this bill usurps the public process by seeking a congressional mandate rather than a well-conceived plan at the local level. This bill has failed to even win the support of the Wyoming chapter of the Wilderness Society. Between the two counties, this legislation would have a negative impact on over 4,200 jobs with a corresponding contribution to the economy of over $1.2 billion. These are real jobs for real people with families, not temporary jobs reclaiming forest roads in a new wilderness. This legislation appears to have serious impacts on access to private property. There are numerous year-round and summer homes in this area. I know of 3 year-round resorts in this proposed area that employ over 110 people with gross annual revenue over $3.5 million. These resorts provide access to the forest and lakes for over 70,000 tourists and local families each year. Nothing about this legislation is good for our citizens or our economy. I implore Representative Maloney and all members of this committee to come and visit our counties and see for yourself the natural resource stewardship we are providing, and please understand the devastation this legislation would cause. Recently, Charlie Gibson on ABC World News stated that Sublette County currently has the lowest unemployment rate in the United States. Why destroy a good thing? Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. Let me just some quick questions.